You're listening to Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk. Each week, your host, Polly Requa, interviews veterinarians and individuals in the pet industry from across the nation answering pet questions. Bark and Wag podcast is produced weekly for your enjoyment, and show notes can be found at barkandwag.com under the podcast tab. That's BARKNWAG.com. Please remember to subscribe to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk.
Thank you for listening to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk. Bark and Wag is dedicated to protecting our dogs through advocacy, education, and supporting like-minded dog lovers by selling custom pet products. Bark and Wag is excited to announce our new partnership with a Colorado hemp farm to produce a line of CBD products for your pets. Bark and Wag has CBD pet tincture available in 300, 750, 1200, and 2400 milligrams. Bark and Wag CBD is pet safe, no THC, it's made in the USA, and is CO2 extracted. Please check out Bark and Wag's website, barkandwag.com. That is BARK, to see our line of CBD and awesome merchandise. We love pooch ideas for podcasts and merchandise, so anytime send an email to Polly at barkandwag.com with your suggestions.
Welcome to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk. I'm your host, Polly Requa. Today we're talking to Sebastian, co-founder of Digitail, the first practice management system for veterinarian hospitals with integrative AI virtual assistant and a native pet parent app. Sebastian is passionate about technology, animals, and how it can deliver modern experiences to pet owners and veterinarian teams. Welcome, Sebastian.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here.
Thanks for being on the podcast. I wanted to find out, what is Digitail?
Well, Digitail is a passion of ours for the past 5 years. It's an all-in-one cloud-based practice management system that supercharges veterinarians and enables animal hospitals to offer modern workflows to their clients, which as a pet parent, I can say that I've been waiting for this moment for a really long time.
So what does that mean to the pet parent?
Well, if you break down Digitail into components, so first, when we say all-in-one, we refer to the fact that we offer all the practice management tools that the hospital needs to be able to run efficiently. But however, the reason why we're special is that we have this client-facing tools combined in the all-in-one offering. So what this means is that the clients of the practice, where they go, they have access to a pet parent app, so a native pet parent app with online booking system, two-way chat, telemedicine, diary notes, and all the functionalities that you need as a pet parent to be empowered to continue care even when you go home.
And how did you decide to start Digitail?
Oh, that's a long story. And that started in 2017. Before Digitail, I was running a development studio that we were working with Hasbro, Disney, and a couple of other companies. And one of the projects was to explore the workflows of animal hospitals. So I had to go into literally almost 50 animal hospitals and understand inefficiencies, how can we help them, how can we improve. And I remember even today, one of the cases where a pet parent, Sarah, with her dog Max, they came in, it was for a recheck, and you would expect everything to go really fast and for the visit to finish in a couple of minutes. But there I was witnessing something that I didn't think I will witness, but it ended up taking almost 30 minutes because they didn't have the medical records, they couldn't find them in the system, they had to call the previous practice. And something that, again, should have taken a couple of minutes ended up taking 30 plus, and 4 people trying to find those records. And for me, especially being there, witnessing this with the phone in my hand, and knowing that in the world that we live, we can do everything with a tap of a button, it was really like a shocking experience. And then afterwards, when you think about the fact that vets are burnt out, they're trying their best, they have to say no to giving care to patients because they don't have enough time. And however, they still rely on all those old tools. This was, again, too much. And that was the one when we decided, together with my co-founder and their early team, to bring a system to the market that actually empowers veterinarians to focus on the patients and do what they love. And this way, us as pet parents, we get best quality of care, and we make sure that our pets have, again, good quality of life, and hopefully on the long run, longer life expectancy.
And so does Digitail work on the vet side as well as the parent of the pet?
Yeah, correct. We bridge the both worlds. So for the vets, they get this practice management system that it does everything they need, from medical records, inventory, appointment management, finance, so everything they need to run the practice. And on the client facing, we reunite them, get them closer to the vet with all those client facing features that they need, such as the online booking system, ability to two-way chat. So when you go home, you can still talk with your vet, ask questions, communicate through the app, and also telemedicine and other features that are helping the pet parent and after they leave the practice.
I would imagine. So I just moved from Golden, Colorado to Lincoln, Nebraska, and I had to have my veterinarian, all the records transferred from one vet and to another. And, there was quite a delay. And so I'm sure that this would help also if your dog has to go to a specialty veterinarian, if they could just transfer all of the information right away. So when you're sitting at, the next vet appointment, they have all of your information typed up. So it is kind of a genius idea.
Yeah, it's something that the industry needed for a really long time. And we also see it in the adoption levels, like the hospitals, even though this is a really painful decision for them to make because they need to replace their entire current tools that they're using. It's something that everyone is doing at the moment. And you see in the market the switch from old systems to basically the cloud, and starting now to have the ability to offer an experience that most of the millennials, Gen Zs, and everyone else that has a pet parent that actually they crave for and they want, because no one wants to go to a practice and you don't have the records on you. It becomes really difficult to explain all the information. Then you need to wait, and then you witness more of the visits that the one that I've just shared. And with today's technology, that visit would be completely different, because Sarah, like the pet parent that I was telling you about, she could have directly all the medical records on her phone and just share them with 2 taps, right? And then even instead of waiting for someone to come and take all the information and ask all the questions, now with the AI vet assistant, you can do all of that remotely even before the visit. Then with the dictation functionality, the vets no longer need to spend time on writing medical records. They just talk with the pet parent during the visit. They can spend more time with the pet parent, and all the visit would be transcribed and all the medical notes would be done directly by the AI tool. And more importantly, after the pet parent leaves, all the medical notes plus the personalized client education notes, those are prepared also by the system. So we make sure that when the pet parent goes home, they have all the information at their fingertip in the app. And most importantly is that at 9 p.m., 10 p.m., whenever you have time and you want to make that appointment, you don't need to call and sit on the line and wait for someone to pick up. You just book the appointment directly from your phone. And this is the new experience that we've been working towards delivering to the space. And we're excited that the vets are also excited about this and the adoption is growing. And we're, again, really humbled to see how many experiences we're improving with the technology that we're building for both the vets and the pet parents.
And I would also imagine that you could take this to the groomers and doggy daycare, because a lot of pet parents like myself have 3 or 4 different places that we go. So if one doggy daycare is full, I will go to another. And every time, if they don't have the up-to-date records,
and they ask you the same
you have
questions.
to sit you're sitting there, trying to make sure that they've got, especially if you have multiple dogs, it's really kind of a pain.
Absolutely. And that was another reason why we really wanted to start building this this technology. We're not yet focused on groomers. We're definitely focused on the vets. There's more than, again, 30,000 hospitals in the US, and it's only less than 5,000 hospitals that are using now cloud solutions and basically tools that enables them to offer this type of experience to pet parents. So there's still, it's a big market out there that's still unchanged. So our goal, if we fast forward 2, 3, 5, 6 years, our goal is that if you can go to any clinic in the US, and we make sure that the experience that you get as a pet parent is 21st century experience.
That's great. So where do you feel the future will be for Digitail?
After this year, that's a really interesting question because of all the AI advancements that are happening. But I would say, first and foremost, we're all about increasing access to care. for pet parents. So everything that we're building to make sure that the vet has more time to spend with pet parents, and that all the information is ready to be available for the pet parent when they need it. But now with everything that's happening in the AI space, we truly believe that this is the next new revolution in technology. So the way we had the computer, then the internet, then the mobile, this is the next one. And we're already seeing high adoption of this in clinics. Also, in most of the companies, we've also started using it at the beginning of the year in all departments, but now also we are seeing it since the moment we placed Tails, which is our AI assistant. Since we place Tails in the hands of the hospitals, they're adopting it and integrating in their workflows, and this enables them to offer a better experience to pet parents. So we're really excited where this technology will lead, because it's able to increase the quality of care and also the access to care for pet parents. So when they leave at home, let's say if the vet is not available to answer in that moment, they can at least get a vet-approved answer in a matter of minutes, and then the vet can then come and complete and complement the conversation. But again, it's all about making sure that we empower pet parents with the right information at the right time, and this is a big step towards making that a reality.
Well, that's just wonderful. How do people get a hold of you and the business?
I would say follow Digitail on Instagram, and just reach out on LinkedIn for a chat. Just add me, and I would love to get your feedback and to see how we can help.
And I'll put all your information in our show notes. We certainly appreciate you being on the podcast and look forward to having you back.
Awesome. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk. If you like what you just heard, we hope you'll pass along our web address, www.barkandwag.com, to your friends and other pet owners. Have a pressing question for a veterinarian? Ask your question at barkandwag.com under the podcast tab. This has been a KFR production. Join us next time for another edition of Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk.